Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
I welcome you all to
Good
NOSHA,
morning.
a capacity building initiative brought to you by Cosmopolitan Valia College. Before we proceed, I would like to introduce myself. I, Shrishti Sonani, shall be your host. We are here with a team of experts who will help you to cope and make you ready for the ever changing and challenging world. This 4-day workshop will stimulate different parts of your mind. These workshops will help you upgrade your professional skills, give you confidence to face interviews of your dream job, and it will take away all the worries about your mental and physical health problems. The topic for today's session is rejuvenating body and mind. Rejuvenation gives you a new energy and vigor to a person. In a chaotic and stressful life, we don't realize how important it is to relax our body and mind. Rejuvenation gives us senses, new positive energy, builds immunity and inner strength. By purifying body and awakening the internal energy that expands our horizons and develops a new perspective. The speaker for today's topic is Dr. Vilasni Patkar. Ma'am is an accredited PhD guide from Mumbai University. She has taught commerce and management at UG and PG levels for 37 years. She has been the keynote speaker for conferences, chaired technical sessions, presented papers, co-authored books, delivered invited talks at several forums. She has also been a subject expert on selection and CAS panels and served on various committees during her professional career. She continues to serve as a member of Women Development Cell at Mumbai University. We welcome you, ma'am. It's an honor to have you with us. Without further ado, I would request Vilasni ma'am to take over.
Hello. Can you someone answer? Srushti, you can answer whether my voice is audible.
You're audible, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So friends, you all are looking up to rejuvenating yourselves today, right? So let us start today's lecture. 3 days, you all had jam-packed programs looking into how you would be preparing your resumes, how you would get your contacts on LinkedIn, and preparing yourself for personality development so that your overall very rounded personality, in a sense that you would be ready for the most competitive world in which you would be. Just a minute, I'll have to share my link. I'll share the screen, you all.
Yes, ma'am, you can share your screen.
Yes, yes, yes. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see the slide first? The second one you can see?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Okay, fine. So let's start. So when you say rejuvenating, now she has well introduced the topic to you all as to what you all are going to learn today, or how you all are going to re-energize yourselves, both your body and mind, through this lecture. Now, why is it required? Why do we need to rejuvenate ourselves? You know that from time to time, there are so much of changes happening overall that we are exposed to a lot of tensions, stresses, both at the mental level, at the physical level, at the emotional level. So all that you will have to balance, and thereby see how best you can give to the world and become more happier and successful without much problems to your own selves as well as to everyone around you. So in this talk today, we are going to cover saying rejuvenating oneself means what? We'll be seeing how to develop a positive self-image, because unless and until you're confident about yourselves, you cannot really face the world in a very nice manner, in an effective manner. Secondly, you should learn to let go. That is, don't keep on carrying negative burdens or unnecessary tensions with you. So we'll be dealing each of it in more detail as we proceed with the lecture. Then digital detox. This is very important. Nowadays, we are so much tied up to the digital world. Uh, Thankfully, now you'll have started with online, offline lectures. Only such type of programs are going on online. But nevertheless, apart from the lectures, you find that all the time you all are on the mobiles or you all are on computers, Facebook, Instagram. So many different distractions you have, right? YouTube. So some part of the day you will have to keep it aside, whereby you're not going to be with the digital world. You will be by yourself, understanding your body, mind, and soul. Then flow with the tide. You must be like water. You know, water takes its own shape in whatever way. Suppose you bottle it up, it will take the shape of the bottle. If you make it into ice cubes, it takes the shape of a cube. So like that, like a water, you must feel very free to flow as and when with the tide. Means what? With the changes that are happening in the environment. So you must be readily able to adjust yourself, right? Another important thing that we are going to discuss is attitude of gratitude. Now you have to be really thankful for all the good blessings you have in your life. When you look around yourself, when you look into the world, you'll find that when normally you feel that you don't have this, you don't have that, so many things you really want. But when you look at what you actually have, how gifted you are, and how blessed you are compared to the others who don't have even those amenities which you are having, then that shows you that you have to be thankful for whatever you have. And that attitude of gratitude will take you a long way into a very successful journey of your life. Calmness and mindfulness. Now, this is also very important. You just can't keep on throwing your anger and tantrums here and there because nobody wants it. And all that is going to disturb your personal balance. And therefore, you have to always be calm and quiet, listen to others, take in whatever is necessary. You have to be mindful about what you're exactly doing, what are your real needs, and what are the real needs. So all these things have to be taken into consideration. Self-compassion refers to love yourself. Now, many a times we forget to love our own selves. Okay, you be kind to your own self, you be kind to others, you deal with others in a very nice manner, but you neglect yourself. So that you should never do. Give time to yourself, love yourself, be very passionate about taking care of your own self. Okay, and then avoid multitasking. Now, many a time some people would have told you that nowadays you have to do multitasking. But actually, when you do multitasking, you are drained of your energy. And we are speaking about energizing yourself. So instead of draining your energy levels by doing multiple tasks at the same time, you should concentrate on one task at a time and give your best shot, so that you will find you will be doing the task very effectively and efficiently and giving the best results. So when you're thinking about rejuvenating, let us see what this picture tells you. And the quote, pessimism leads to weakness and optimism to power. So if you're very positive, if you're optimistic, then definitely you become more powerful, you become more strong, both in your body as well as your mind. Now, the next thing that I want, when we are thinking about rejuvenation, rejuvenation of what? Both from health and wellness point of view. Now, what is health? Health is your way of life. Okay, how what you eat, what you do, whether you do exercises, whether you have no illnesses of any kind. So, if you are a very healthy person, then that means physically you're a fit person. So wellness is holistic and multidimensional. It covers all the different aspects that we are going to look into in the next aspect. And you find that it is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Okay, see, fall in love with taking care of yourself, body and spirit. Spirit is what? The Atma. Spirit is the soul. Now, we do not know, or you may not know how it is and what it is, but without the existence of the soul, we do not survive, right? And that is the key aspect of our personality, and that is different in each individual. So you find that if you have a complete physical, mental, and social well-being, that is, you're good on all the fronts, then definitely you're healthy, as well as that will lead you to goodness or wellness. So wellness is a positive approach to living. That is, how do you look at life? How do you take things in your stride? How do you study? How do you compete? So when you're competing, instead of competing with the entire world, compete with your own self. So keep ambitions for yourself. Have certain uh, targets, benchmarks which you have to cross. And if you do that, then definitely you become more and more positive, because when you're competing with others, you know that there is an element of jealousy, J, and jealousy is a negative element. And we don't want any type of negative elements in our life, because we want to be holistically well. So what you do is you think about your own levels, what you are. So suppose you are 70%, then aim at 80% achievement or 90%. So you keep on increasing what you expect from your own self. You set your own goals. Now say for example, you're thinking about your physical fitness. And for that also you can set your own goals. How many steps you will be taking every day. So step by step, you keep on increasing the target, right? Health is the goal and wellness is the active process. So ultimately what you want, long term healthiness. You want to live a very healthy and happy life. And therefore, if you practice this wellness, that is positivity in your life, then definitely your health will be in a right direction. You will be very healthy. And it is essential for a happy, robust, and fulfilled life. So ultimately, you find now that you're young, you may not really understand the importance of health or rejuvenating yourself and all these aspects. But as you grow older and older, you start realizing the importance of it. So, thanks to your college that they have organized such a beautiful session for you all, wherein you will be understanding how to take care of yourselves, both body, mind, as well as spirit. So thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Can you see the screen?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. I had lost the connection for a few seconds. Right? So these are the different. The fourth one is social, then environmental, occupational, and spiritual. So what I want to mention here or bring to light is that life isn't about finding yourself, but it is about creating yourself. So you will have to identify the various facets of your life, what talents you have. Each one is born with different talents, with different gifts from God. Each one is having a unique personality, right? So you have to identify what are your uniqueness, what are your assets. Like we always say, do a brief SWOT analysis about yourself. Now, what is that SWOT analysis? Your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities and threats. Now, what will you do with it? Now, everyone must have told you about it. Now, your strengths are your strong points, which you master them and you be proud about them, that these are the good qualities, these are the strong points that I have, right? And therefore, you make advantage of it, utilize those strengths of yours. Now, whatever weaknesses are there, now are you going to carry those weaknesses with you lifelong? No. What you will have to do is step by step, you will have to overcome those weaknesses, right? And therefore, you have to overcome your weaknesses. You can't be carrying that burden of your weaknesses throughout your life. God has given us intellect, and with that intellect, we can definitely learn how to overcome the weaknesses, right? You have to gauge the opportunities. Now, to know the opportunities, you have to be always alert, keep your antennas on, grab the opportunities, tap the opportunities which come your way. Because further, I have a poster on that, wherein lost opportunities don't come back again. When opportunities come and tap on your door, you have to welcome them, you have to accept them. So decision making is a very important aspect of each one's life, right? And therefore, based on what opportunities you have got, you should try to progress. And threats are what? Dangers. Now, different types of dangers that we face. Now you have natural calamities, you have threats of competition, right? Currently, what is the most important threat? Once you pass out, you will be in the big, wide open world, and you will have to face so many different individuals like you, coming from different institutions with different backgrounds and different knowledge sets. So you have to equip yourself. Now, each one has their own talent base. So how best you will be using in order to see that you get the best opportunities, right? So creating yourself, look out for your passion, look out for your hobbies, and all that will help you to rejuvenate. So let's take each of this quickly. Now, first of all, the physical dimensions. Now, what are physical dimensions? It is about your physical health, right? So on what is it based? Now, it depends upon how fit you are. That fitness comes from exercise, right? You have to exercise. Now, many a times you find that people don't exercise. They keep on eating, they study, they do work, but exercise is not on their priority list. Now, you should not do that. You have to have some or the other exercise, because our body is made in such a way that whatever we consume, it has to be burned out. Okay, so it has to be utilized very effectively. The calories, if they are excess, then what are normally used, then you become overweight, and then lot of problems and issues start arising as far as your fitness is concerned. So you have to be uh, very fit at all times, and therefore part and parcel of your life will be any kind of exercise. Now we'll come to it a bit later. Now, nutrition, this is a very important aspect. What gets into your system? So eat good food, have good fruits, vitamins, vegetables, proteins, carbohydrates. All this you have studied in the school. What is the composition of nutritional balance? And therefore, as you grow older, you have to take care of yourself by nourishing yourself in a proper manner, right? So the balance of iron and other things in your body will give you good health. The next important dimension of your physical self is your attitude. Now, there is no watertight compartment as such, because attitude you can also take in the emotional aspect, but attitude also determines your physical well-being. That is why I've taken it here, right? Now, attitude means what? Your approach to life, your positive attitude or negative attitude, because many times you find whether you're optimistic or pessimistic, that will determine your physical health. Now, you are taking nutritious food, you're doing exercise, but if you're not very positive, you keep on worrying and there is a lot of anxiety, then it will have a negative effect on your wellness. And therefore, you should guard your attitude. You should develop a positive attitude towards everything. Believe that whatever happens is happening for the good. Okay, even if bad thing happens, yet you say something much badder would have been there, or worse situation would have been there, and therefore only this has happened. It's okay, we can overcome it. So how you look at the situation, how you change the scenario will change your overall approach to life. Now, your behavior is what? How you deal with yourself, how you deal with others. Now, I told you compassion. So, compassion of yourself, that is dealing with yourself, loving yourself, and dealing with others in a very proper manner. So, good behavior will help you to make good friends, and it will help you to have a good health also. And your habits. Now, normally they say habits don't form within a day. It takes a long time to form a habit. If you keep on doing the same thing again and again, then it gets converted into a habit. So the habits of good food, habits of good exercise, positive thinking, all this should become part and parcel of your life. Okay, cultivating different hobbies, having certain recreation. So you have to decide whether one day you will do it or today is day one, right? So if you keep on postponing, okay, I'll do it from tomorrow, tomorrow never comes. And therefore, you start whatever you want to do right away. Okay, so day one, today should be the day one when you're going to take care of all these physical dimensions of your health. The next dimension is intellectual wellness. Now, you know what is intellectual wellness. All of us have a brain, okay, and this brain is well developed, and right from childhood we keep on learning a lot of things, but this learning should be a continuous process. You can't stop learning. Now you will complete your graduation or you go in for post graduation, then you may do something else. Ultimately you find that throughout your life you will have to keep on learning, because lot of changes keep on happening. Now, earlier when we were in school, college and all that, they would say once in 3 years or once in 5 years there is a change as far as the knowledge is concerned. But now the things are happening so fast, the technological developments and other things, that continuous learning is a must. A lot of changes happen on day-to-day basis, and therefore learning is a must irrespective of age groups, right? So if you continue to learn, then your mind, your brain will remain very active and you will become more and more knowledgeable. Then problem solving, you have to always give work to your brain. So do certain puzzles, quizzes and all that, and try to uh, massage your brain through intellectual activities. Creativity, again, we have seen in the earlier aspect also. So lot of creative talents you have, you use them. You utilize those creativity, think differently, think out of the box, right? And that will give you more and more success. Now, knowledge again comes with learning. Knowledge can be from so many different sources. You can get knowledge from books, you can get from movies, you can get from discussions or lectures of such kind which are being organized. You can get knowledge from your teachers, library sources. So many different sources are there, news channels, television. Nowadays, the multiple sources of knowledge are available, but you should know what is right and what is wrong. You should go behind the facts. A lot of times you find a lot of messages or information is being circulated, but it is tinted information. So you have to do the fact finding, what is right and what is wrong. So that knowledge is very important, carrying the correct information, and that implies research. So you have to do research to find out that you're amassing or collecting the best knowledge possible. Then skills, you have to be skillful in whatever you do, right? And therefore skill sets are important. You have to practice, you have to develop new skills according to the technology and the changes that are happening. Skilling yourself is very, very important. Nowadays digital skills have got a lot of prominence, and innovation, that is contributing something new to the society through your use of knowledge, through your work, and that will be a great contribution to the world as such. And therefore this covers research. So keep your eyes on your end goal. So ultimately what you have to do, see, climbing a mountain is not a very easy activity. See, he has climbed at the top, and that means a lot of efforts he has put in order to reach that peak. But after he reaches the peak, he finds many other peaks that may be there, and therefore you don't stop at any point. You have to keep on having greater ambitions, and that is fulfilled through your intellectual wellness. Now, coming to the third
Ma'am, we can't hear you. Vilasini, ma'am. I think Vilasini ma'am has lost her connectivity. We shall wait for her to join. She should join back in 2 minutes. Participants, please be patient. Ma'am will join in 2 minutes.
Yes, 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 yes. Hello, students, can you see it?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay, so sorry, these technical hassles can't help them. I was thinking Saturday would be a better day for technical aspects. Nevertheless, today we are facing a problem because when offices are on, this is the time when a lot of internet is being used, right? Nevertheless, let's continue. Are you enjoying, all of you? Do you like this session?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So then we were thinking about the emotional wellness, wherein you're going to deal, you must develop your ability to deal with stress. Now, it's very easy to say that don't take stress of anything, but it does not happen. You get, it is a natural tendency for human beings to get stress for different aspects. Anything that does not happen according to your way, you feel stressful about it. But nevertheless, if you're developing yourself through these different techniques of wellness that we are going to discuss, you'll find that you will be able to manage your stress levels in a very beautiful manner. Okay, so you must develop the skills of handling stress in a very nice way and not giving in to the stress. Aware of one's own feelings. You should, as I said, give time to yourself. Think, talk to yourself, see what you're feeling. Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? Rationalize it, why it is happening. If you're happy, oh, there will be obvious reason for that happiness. If you're in love, you feel very nice, you feel gifted. You if you're sad, there must be some reason why you're sad. So whatever feelings, if you're angry, so something is really wrong and has not gone your way, and that is why you're angry, or you're um, not happy with what things are happening or how people have behaved with you. So some reason could be there. So understand your feelings. So once you understand, then it is very easy to handle them. Good self-esteem, that is, be proud of yourself. Okay, not false pride. False pride is vanity, but proud of your achievements, proud of your existence, proud of your knowledge, proud of whatever you do. So if you're always upright, you do things in a proper manner, if you're a principled human being, then you will have your own positive self-esteem, right? Empathy towards others, that is, have uh, empathy is not exactly sympathy. Okay, empathy means stepping into others' shoes and understanding what the other person is feeling. Okay, and that understanding, that adjustability, that sort of um, manner of helping the other person or taking care of others as you would like to take others to take care of you, that is called empathy. So when you deal with others in a very nice manner, automatically others will deal with you in a proper way. So if you smile with others, others will smile back. If you frown at others, others will obviously frown at you, right? So empathy is very important, which will help you to develop your emotional wellness. Then we have live in the present. This is very, very important. Now what has happened and gone, right? And therefore don't keep on wasting your time over it. What you can do today is very important. What you can achieve is very important. As I told you, let go. Whatever has happened, it has gone. Let it go. What is there in front of you, you have to see it, you have to do it and utilize it, that time, the moment which is with you, very effectively. And regarding the future, now, don't waste your time in dreaming about the future. Now, many a times you have to have dreams, you have to have career planning, but it should not be an empty dream. Now, along with that dream, suppose you want to be a very successful entrepreneur, you have to put in efforts in that direction. Whatever dream you have of achieving, you have to plan it out in a very systematic way and work towards it. Now, I'll tell you a very small story about letting go. Or, as I've been telling you, don't carry burdens with you. So, connected to it, I'll tell you a story from the Zen. The story is named as The Girl at the River. Okay, there were two monks who were walking and they come across a river which was very deep and it had very strong currents. So they had to cross the river. There was no boat or anything, but people could cross the river. So they saw a girl who was also crossing the river, but she was getting caught in those current. And therefore, the girl being quite young, a lady, these two monks think for a minute, and the senior amongst it, he picks up the girl and carries her across the river and leaves her on the shore. Now, the junior monk who was traveling with him, who was walking alongside him, for 1 hour he didn't talk anything. For the second hour he was not talking nothing. There was no conversation between the two. For the third hour he was not talking anything. So ultimately the senior questions him, what happened to you? Why are you not talking? What's wrong? So he says, I have a question. So he said, okay, fine, go ahead. So he says, as monks, we are not supposed to touch ladies or get into any connection with girls. How come you lifted the girl? So the senior monk says, I lifted her across the river and I kept her on the shore and she went on her own. But why are you still carrying her? You understand? So the thought, whatever you do, whatever circumstances, at that juncture, you think about something. Now, suppose that senior monk had not carried, she would have got drowned. So if you don't carry any guilt with you, he did what he did in a very positive manner, just to save the life of the girl. So the moment he left her on the shore, the matter is over. There's no question of further thinking. So if you make an error and you know that you have made an error, you correct it and convert it into a positive thing. You correct that error. If you don't do it, then further you'll keep on making mistakes. Okay? If you're ashamed of what you have done, then there will be a guilt feeling within you. But if you have a positive approach towards whatever you have done in the best interest of the society, in the best manner that you could do in the given circumstances, then definitely it will take you ahead. Okay, so you don't have to carry your loads with you. Rationalize things, uh, let them go, live in the present, don't carry it forward, because when you keep on carrying things or loads forward, then you find that it will create lot of stress and tension. So your emotional well-being will be disturbed if you don't live in the present, if you don't let go the things, right? So the two important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Now, finding out why is a big question before everyone, but nevertheless, if you carry out every day in a proper manner, then definitely a time will come when you will know the purpose of your life. So, whatever best is there, rationalize, think, and do the best, grab the best opportunities, and things will unfold during the process. The fourth dimension is social wellness. Now, what is this social wellness? Connecting with people, having social networks, relating, interacting with the community around you, doing certain good for the community, for the service of the community, for the people who do not have as many benefits as you. Then, excellent interpersonal relations, different types of relations. You have relations with your parents, mom and dad, you have with your siblings, you have with your friends, you have with teachers, once you start doing office, you'll have bosses, you will have subordinates, you will have colleagues. So if you're married, you have wife, you have children. So n number of relationships are there. So all those relations have to be managed well so that you have peace of mind. And the most important is joy of giving. Now, when you start giving without any expectation, then that joy is ultimate. Okay, so give what you have. You can't give which you don't have, right? And therefore, keep on giving, keep on sharing, keep on helping others, and that will make you a socially good human being. Then environmental wellness. Now, a lot has been most of the times through your books from school onwards, you have been studying about the environment. So we are not going into it in detail, but nevertheless, environmental wellness means carrying out all these things, carrying out your responsibility towards the environment, conserving the environment, not wasting the resources, recycling, reusing wherever possible. And you know how you do all this. Sustainable lifestyle, okay? Don't use more of plastic and other things which are harmful to the environment. Protecting the natural resources, and you can learn a lot from the environment, like from the plants, from the animals. See, they give so much. The joy of giving, I said, they keep on giving. The plant gives you shade, it gives you fruits, it gives you flowers, it gives you nice fragrance. Where if you go into the jungle, you find that the whole atmosphere is so very clean and nice. It gives you the most important thing, that is the oxygen which is required for a survival. Similarly, if you have pets at home, you know how much they love you. You too love your pets, but they too love you in return, and they give you unconditional love. They don't expect anything from you. So all that is there in nature, we have to imbibe it in ourselves. Okay, eliminating pollutants and excessive waste. So nature does not hurry, so don't be in a hurry. Things will happen. Give time to yourself, give time to things that could happen, and they will be accomplished at the right time. Everything is accomplished, though there is no hurry in the universe. Fine. So in the same time, same way, you too give time and space to your own self, because if you unnecessarily hurry, it will result into lot of stress. Sixth is the occupational wellness. It means collaboration at your workplace. Now that you are a student in college, how you can collaborate. Now all these events and other things, you are into committees, you are into groups, you learn how to collaborate, how to share with each other, right? And when you do your work very well, efficiently, that means using minimum resources and giving maximum output, and doing it in a very, very qualitative manner. Effectiveness is the end results. What is expected, giving those results. Then excellence. Excellence means the best. nothing different other than the best. So you should always aim at excellence in whatever you do, and productivity. So when all these three are achieved, you will reach highest productivity possible. And that is what is expected by your bosses when you're working for your organization. At the college level, you expect more marks, goodness, overall development of your personality, learning. So maximum things you're trying to grasp. So make each day your masterpiece. So if you keep on uh, taking care of all these dimensions, then you find that your every day will be your best. And the seventh dimension is spiritual wellness. Now, what is the spiritual wellness? It does not mean doing a lot of puja and then reading spiritual books or other things. It means being in harmony with the universal principles which are there, like truthfulness, loving, caring, sharing, forgiving, knowing your purpose of existence. So, all these things, when you imbibe them within yourself, uh, then you are towards spirituality. You are doing things in a very ethical manner. Even ethical behavior is going to lead you to your spiritual wellness. Now, what does it mean when you do all these things very ethically, or whatever activity you're doing? Then you have no question, or you have nothing to feel bad about. You will be always upright, and therefore the moment you strike your bed, you will be fast asleep, because nothing is there which will trouble you. If you're not doing anything wrongly, if you're doing all, following the principles and following the right path always, then you are on your spiritual plane, right? Our peace shall stand as firm and as rocky mountains. What does it mean? When you are doing things in a proper manner, then you will be rock solid as an individual, as a person, and no one can point fingers at you that you did this in a wrong manner or you did this in a improper manner, because you know for yourself that you are always upright. You are not going to do anything which is going to harm anyone. Okay, so all this, forgiving, letting go is another way of saying forgiving. Fine. Now, these are certain tips for relieving stress. This is the practical aspect of this talk. Now, I have classified them into these 4 categories. And when I say tips for relieving stress, it means you have to first prepare. Before anything else, preparation is the key to success. So, mentally and physically, you should be prepared to relieve your stress. If you have the willingness, then automatically things will fall in place. Now, let's go to the short-term strategies. Now, short-term strategies are such which you can practice anywhere, right? Now, first is guided imagery. What is imagery? In your mind's eye, you visualize that you are in a very beautiful place. Now, suppose you like to go to the beach. You like the tide, you like the water. Imagine that you are on a beach. Close your eyes and imagine. Suppose you like to be in a garden, or you like to lie down on the lawn and watch at the light blue sky. So whatever you like, suppose you like to go and drench yourself into a waterfall. So whatever imaginary situation you like, you imagine it, you think about it. Now, guided means you can get it done through a guide. Someone else is talking to you, you're closing the eyes and just lying down or sitting, and you're imagining the other person is describing the scenario to you, or you can do it yourself. So these are the strategies which you can do with the help of others. You can learn them, or you can start doing on your own too. Meditation. Now, meditation refers to there are so many different varieties of meditation, but here I would like to tell you, each one of us can do a 3-minute meditation any number of times a day and wherever you are. Now, what is that 3-minute meditation? 3-minute meditation means irrespective of caste, creed, religion, just think about relaxing yourself for 3 minutes. So close your eyes and don't think of anything. Now, to say not to think is very easy, but to stop that thinking process, what you do is you concentrate on your breathing. Okay, you take in deep breaths till your chest comes out, your belly comes out, and then that is inhaling, and then you slowly exhale till your belly goes in. Okay, so like this, you keep on doing your breathing process, which is called pranayam of a kind. There are so many varieties of pranayams, but we can't do all this in one session. So, but this is a very short meditation. So just for 3 minutes, you close. Now, if you want, you can set an alarm for 3 minutes, and slowly when the alarm rings, you open your eyes, and then you will feel that you are very relaxed. Even that 3 minutes of non-thinking gives you a lot of relaxation. And this breathing exercise, breathing is very, very important in the right manner. Now, actually, when we are born, no one has taught us breathing. And over the years also, no one teaches unless you have joined some yoga class or meditation sessions, or so many different varieties of programs that are there. But the basic thing that each one of us should know is deep breathing. Now, what are the advantages of this? As the girl said who did the inaugural talk, that meditation will help you in your interviews. In the sense, normally when you go for interviews, you're tensed up, or when you're facing an examination, you're tensed up. So that time, anyway, you reach at least 10 to 15 minutes early and take your seat. So that time you do just 3 minutes of meditation. Just close your eyes and sit and concentrate on your breathing, and you find that you will feel very relaxed. And because of that, your performance will be superb. It will help you to retain things. Even when you are studying, you can start doing it. Every day before studying, do 3 minutes of meditation, right? Progressive relaxation, that is, try to relax your joints, your muscles through different exercises. Then focus on breathing. So it's always there. Anytime you can focus on your breathing and see that it is going on in a proper manner. Take a walk. Walk is a very walking, jogging, running, whatever you can do, you always do it. You can join a gym, but all these things come free of cost. Okay, but you can always join a yoga class or something of that sort in order to know what is the right way of doing the things. Now, fast acting strategies, these are the ones which you can practice at home. Now, fast acting strategies, at home you can do it. That is sharing and loving everyone in the house. You know, you love your siblings, your parents. Have a very nice atmosphere at home. Okay, you must feel that you are wanted, you're very much loved. Enjoy aromatherapy. Now, putting a small diya. Nowadays you get candles which are having this aromatic essence, fragrance candles you get, or you get certain essence drops, or the simplest is just have a mogra, a bunch of mogra flowers, or whatever, whichever flowers and whatever suits you and you like. All that is going to make the environment in your house very soothing and very nice, fragrant. And that will give you a different sort of relaxation. Then create artwork. Now, whatever are your hobbies, you can do stitching, you can do knitting, you can do painting, right? So many forms of art. You can do photography, you can do sketching. So whatever is your art, try to do it and develop it. It will give you a lot of solace. It will give you a lot of happiness. Laugh, dance, and sing. You embrace the people that you love, you hug them, you laugh, you dance, you sing, you keep on singing by yourself, Each one of you have a very beautiful voice. There is something known as music therapy, which also helps in releasing stress. So all these things one can practice. The next is a good laugh and sunshine, and it brightens your house and brings about positivity. So stay far from people who don't want to grow. So when you want to grow, when you want to develop, when you want to be very positive, be away from negative people or those who are not ambitious. With the people who are as ambitious as you, or as we say, birds of the same feather flock together. So what you are is determined by the group through which you move. Now, what are the long-term strategies? The third set of strategies is long-term. Now, this is coming back to what we started: eat a balanced diet. Do everything in moderation. Don't excessively overeat, or don't do excessive dieting. Have everything in balance. Eat the necessary foods which are there according to the seasons. Eat colorful things, because color also in your plate, when you have colorful things, it gives you a nice feeling. Okay, so balanced diet, balance from all points of view. Make time for leisure activities that we have already covered. Develop a positive self-talk habit. Talk to yourself and talk positively about yourself, that you're good, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're loving, you're kind. So whatever you want, you are successful, and those things. Your mind is listening, your subconscious mind is listening to you, and therefore it will get into a habit. Practice yoga, express gratitude. This is what we have covered. Then prioritize exercise. That is also very important. Then proper rest. This is very, very important. Now, many a times, because of this digital world, when I say detox, at least before you sleep, 1 or 2 hours, you should not look at your mobiles. So just keep them aside, decide a time. And if you sleep at about 10 o'clock or 10:30, that's the ideal time. If you can sleep earlier, nothing like that, because they always say that your sleep and rest pattern is determined by when you sleep. And earlier you sleep, the better and nice, relaxed sleep you get. And getting up early in the morning is always said to be a virtue. But current generation, you cannot get up early, you sleep very late, but never neglect your rest hours. At least 7 to 8 hours you must get complete rest at a stretch. Now, don't sleep in the afternoon, because that is not required. At the most, if you're too tired, just take a super nap, okay, or executive nap, as you call it, power nap. Just sit on your seat. Suppose you're studying, after your lectures, you go home, have food, and you're studying, and you feel sleepy. Don't go on the bed and sleep. Just on your seat, on your table, tell yourself, because your body is a biological clock. It will, if you tell yourself 10 minutes of rest only, the mind will wake you up exactly after 10 minutes. You do it and see, and you will get the results of it. Right? And that 10 minutes will give you so much of relaxation that you're fresh again and you can concentrate and study. And that breathing, 3 minutes of meditation that I told you, it will also help your concentration, it will help your memory power, it will decrease your stress levels. So it has a lot of advantages. So if you can repeat it again and again during the day, it will definitely give you multiple effects. So our lives, as I told you, are defined by opportunities, even the ones that we have missed. Because many a times, if you have 2 or 3 opportunities, suppose you get 2 or 3 job letters, job offers, you cannot accept all the 3. You have to make a choice. So whatever choice you have made, definitely the others you have lost. But nevertheless, you always believe that whatever best was supposed to be, you have made a choice, and you make a rational choice. So think before you make your choices. And the fourth aspect is problem focused strategies. Now, actually, I have excelled my time, but nevertheless, I'll complete it. Problem focused strategies refer to suppose you have certain serious psychological or emotional problems, then don't neglect it. You have to consult expert professionals. Going to a psychiatrist, approaching a psychologist, there is no shame in it. As you have body illnesses of uh, body, that is, suppose you get fever, you are sneezing, you are having a cold, you have a stomach ache, your knees are hurting, whatever it could be, your back is hurting, right? You have a headache. As these are bodily uh, illnesses, or someone has diabetes, someone has BP, in the same manner, if someone has stress levels, someone has anxiety, depression, then approach the expert professionals and treat yourself as quickly as possible. Revisit your to-do list. What is to-do list? Every time you have so many things that you have to do that you're overstressed, right? And therefore, you revisit the list. Cut out certain items because you can't achieving everything. Don't overstrain yourself. That overstraining yourself can also result into lot of stress and strain. So don't have excessive ambitions from you. You should have an ambition, but it must be something which is little higher than what you can achieve easily, but which requires extra effort. Because if you keep an ambition which is within your reach, then you're not going to put extra efforts. But extra efforts are necessary to succeed, to achieve your dreams, right? Now, those who dream, those who see dreams when they are sleeping, those dreams are over once you wake up. But those who see dreams when they are awake and they put in extra efforts to visual to achieve those dreams, they are the ones who become really successful. Obtain social support. That is, wherever you require certain help, maybe from your family members, from your friends, from your teachers, from your bosses, try to take the support. You don't have to feel shy to get support from others. Avoid things that add to your stress. As we have said, don't mingle with negative people with whom you can't get along well. Any type of activity which is very stressful to you, you don't enter into it, right? Now, believe you can, and you are halfway there. So, as they always say, there is nothing impossible. Impossible word itself says, I am possible. In the same manner, if you believe in whatever you can do, you are already successful. You have achieved it very much. Okay. And what are the effects of self-care? Now, if you do all these 4 categories of strategies, and if you concentrate on those 7 dimensions, you will find a very positive effect, and you'll feel that you are already rejuvenated. Now, what is it? Reduce anxiety and depression, right? So, overcome your anxieties. Tell yourself there is no need of panicking for each and every aspect. Things are going to happen their own way. Okay, you have to do your best. Give your best shot, and things will follow. Reduce stress and improve resilience. So if you're taking care, then definitely your anxiety and depression is reduced, your stress levels will be low, and resilience is what? Your capacity to adjust in different situations, how you take things in your stride. So that capacity of yours will increase. Improves happiness. You will be very joyful, you will be happy, you will be energetic. As we said, rejuvenating my body and mind is to re-energize, repower, give you the vitality, the loss, anything that you have lost, or anything that happens which has put you into a negative situation or a sad mode, that you will help you to come back and bounce back. Okay, so it increases your energy level, it helps you to bounce back and do your best, reduces burnout. If you have accumulated stress over a long periods of time, that will result in burnout. But if you're taking care of yourself, then you won't have burnout, okay, because you have already managed your stress and anxieties. Stronger relationships. Now, this is also very important. Now, here I would like to tell you, I don't know whether you have read this concept of refilling. Refilling your hearts, refilling the tank. You know, when you get water, it is being stored in the tanks, and every day there will be replenishment. As you utilize the water, again, it has to be refilled. In the same manner, our emotional aspects, right? The amount of love that we require, the amount of positivity and energy that we require, everything requires refilling. Each one of us have certain times of the day or of the week or of the month or year where we may feel little depressed. Okay, if you're doing all those things as mentioned earlier, that is exercise, breathing, meditation, balanced diet, you're taking care of yourself, you're doing a good talk to yourself, all those things you're doing, then definitely you don't require any refilling because it automatically happens every day. But those of who may not be into it, you find that refilling is required. Now, a small story goes that now that these schools and other things started, colleges have started, there was a family, a lady who described that her youngest kid uh, was having a bath, and she was also rushing with her routine things as her office would begin and she would have to go to office. So you know how your mother does all the things before they go to office. So she was rushing, and then suddenly she peeps and sees when the child aged 8 was having the bath. She sees that the child was crying. He was wiping his tears. So she asked, "What happened? Are you not well? Are you not feeling good?" And he started sobbing and nodding his head and saying, "Yes." And he was still wiping and sobbing. So then she goes and sits close to him and she hugs the child. She takes him close and she taps him on his back. The child cries more and more, and then he suddenly stops. And then she still continues petting him. And then she asks him, "What happened? Do you feel your tank is empty?" Then he says, "Yes, yes." And then she still holds him very close and she says, "I'm there with you. I love you a lot. And you can share with me and let's play and let us be happy." And then she holds him very tightly. And after a minute or two, she keeps on asking, "Now, do you feel good? Has the love reached your toes?" He says yes. And then she says, "Take some time, take your own time. I'm there with you." And she keeps on hugging him and loving him and caressing him. And then she says, "Now, is your heart full? Is it come up to the brim?" And then he laughs and he smiles and he says, "Yes." And she says, "Yes, I can see the shine in your eyes. You're smiling now and you're so happy." So it means that all of us require this refilling. As the tanks are to be refilled, like that, our hearts are to be refilled with love, are to be refilled with lot of energy every day, uh, every time. Okay, and sometimes you may feel very different. So that time you should understand your feelings. What is exactly happening? What are you missing? What do you really want? Okay, so if you have such type of strong relations, then it becomes easier for you to take care of yourself in a better way when you have that sharing. So each one of you should have a nice friend with whom you can open up. A friend can be of your own age group. A friend can be a senior person with whom you can really open, tell out, pour out your heart. It can be your mother, it can be your father, your sister, brother, whatever. But you must be able to converse freely so that you're not accumulating anything, and you can get a lot of love and affection, which will help you to refill your tank whenever you feel emptiness. Okay, so this is very important, and therefore the purpose of a life is to be always happy. So if you take care of yourselves properly, so this is the last slide, which is having any content. Now, self-care checklist I've said. So whatever we have done, we are trying to conclude and see what it could be. So nourish holistically, this is what we have done. Then support network, this is very, very important. You develop a nice network of friends and relatives with whom you really feel very good and nice, with whom you can share. Space to develop, give yourself. Now when we see this, you will understand how it goes. Forgive and forget, so let go, we had said. Don't carry burdens. Now take care of yourself like a human plant. Okay, now what it means, always stay hydrated. So drink enough of liquids, lots of water, so that you feel hydrated. As the plants look very nice, in monsoon or when there is a rain, you see the color of the leaves, how fresh and nice they look. So like that, you'll remain fresh and nice when you drink lots of water. Then your nourishment, what we have said. So the plant food, so your body requires food, so nourish yourself properly, okay, according to what your soil needs. Now what is this? Your soil needs means each one of us are different. We have a different body pattern, we have a biological system. Like Ayurveda, they say some of them are Pitta Prakriti, some of them are Kapha Prakriti. So according to that, you will know your own system, whether your body likes to have buttermilk or your body likes to have milk, right? So whatever suits you best. I'm just giving you a vague example, but whatever your body requires, accordingly you should feed with that quality and good food. Then let go of things that no longer help. You know how the plants shed the leaves which have already grown old. So like that, you should let go things which are not of any importance to you. Whatever has happened, you should try to forget it. Use support whenever required. So we have said that support network. So if you require any help, any experience from others, get them and try to get someone's support when you feel weak. Then remember, life can cut you down, but you will always grow back stronger. So if you have any defeats, now when the plants are cut, because they've overgrown, you find they blossom very well. In the same manner, if you have any failure, you remember it is a stepping stone to success, right? And therefore, any problem that you encounter, know that you are going to bounce back very strongly. It could be a health problem, it could be a career issue, whatever. Nevertheless, don't give up. You have to be back again with lot of vital energy. Catch some daily sunshine. So sunshine is very important for growth. So even for human beings, we require it as vitamin D. So catch it every day so that your health is proper. Then give yourself space to grow. Okay. Now, if there is cluttering of plants, you find there won't be much growth. In the same manner, for human beings also, we need to give ourselves space. So as I told you, compassion, don't expect or don't be too harsh with yourself. Try to work out things by giving time. Give space, give time to your own self to recover. Now, suppose some sad incident has happened in the house. Naturally, you are going to feel depressed or you're going to feel unhappy, but that's only a passing phase. You have to bounce back, and it is going to happen over a period of time. So giving space is very important. And finally, know that nothing is meant to bloom all the time. So every day you may not have um, the same success or the same energy level, but nevertheless, you have to bounce back. To conclude, I would just like to tell you another short story. It's 12:20. A very brief story about what's your wish. It's a small story. It's about mindfulness. It's about calmness, how you think. Now there were five children who were playing, and they said, "Let's play this game of wish, making a wish." So the first child said, "I wish I would want an ice cream." The second one said, "I wish I own an ice cream factory." Okay. The third child said, "I wish I had $1 billion." So everyone said, "Why?" Then he said, "I can buy ice cream factory, cake factory, fish and chips factory, and whatnot, whatever I wanted, so that I have everything." The fourth friend said, "I wish I had three wishes. The first is, I in the first wish I would take a ice cream factory. In the second wish, I would wish for $1 billion. And in the third wish, I would ask for three wishes. So three more wishes. So again and again, he would get additional wishes. So that is what the fourth one said. And what did the fifth friend say? "I wish I had no wishes." So that's the state of mind that we have to reach, wherein we have to be contented with whatever we have. If you reach that stage wherein you're extremely happy with what comes your way, whatever you have planned is happening because it's uh, God given situation. If you live in the present, then nothing is going to bother you. You will be very happy and contented all the time. So that is how you can remain calm and blissful and achieve a very successful and happy life over the years to come. So I wish you every success and a contented, fulfilled life. Thank you. Now your questions are welcome. And I'm sure you're going to practice this every day. Hello? Sanskriti, you can unmute them now.
Thank you so much, Vilasini ma'am, for such an amazing session. What you
Uh,
have taught us today is going to benefit us all, and everyone will agree to that. If any participant has any questions, please feel free to ask. If you're not comfortable with unmuting or turning on your camera, you can just put those questions in the chat box.
you unmute them, otherwise, they won't be able to talk.
Ma'am, they can put the
In
questions
the
in the
chat
chat
box.
box. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, students, did you all like it? When there was silence, I felt whether everyone is there or not. Like, you can also tell me whether you were expecting something different. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, students, any questions?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
So there are people who have very short attention span. So even if they have to meditate, they can't because they just can't concentrate at one place, like just can't sit at one place. So if not meditation, then what else can be done which will relax our mind and body at the same time, and it won't, because when we can't concentrate, we get more irritated that I want to relax but I just can't. So what can be done by them?
See, one thing, as I told you, you start with that 3 minutes, okay? Because 3 minutes is a very short time, technically speaking. But when you start doing it, you will realize that 3 minutes is a very long time. With closed eyes, when you are very peaceful and when you close eyes, you feel the time doesn't pass at all. So then you realize the value of time also with that meditation. Your concentration increases, and as you said, some are very like they can't do anything. They are very fidgetive or they get disturbed very quickly. So for them, they can also do yoga, because yogasanas, they try to make you very calm and relaxed, because you don't have to do haste in doing it. While doing yogasans, if you're learning from a good teacher, then you'll find that you have to do every asana in a very proper manner, only to the extent that you can do. Okay, you don't have to force yourself to a particular position, because if you're not used to, now that you're young, your body will bend and everything will happen very quickly. But nevertheless, you'll find that you may not be an expert on day one, right? You may find difficulty. Suppose you have to do a asana wherein you have to lift your right leg at 30 feet, or 30 inches from the ground, or then 60, at different degrees, and then left leg also by putting down the right. Then you find that you may find a difference in the comfort level of your left and right leg also. So like that, when you're doing these asanas, different varieties of asanas over a period of time, then you will find that you will automatically feel very calm, fresh, and you can start, you will get control over your senses.
Ma'am,
So,
there is also one more question in the chat box.
hmm,
Neha Jaiswal is saying, Ma'am, I don't know why, but nowadays I'm not confident about my decisions. So what can be done?
okay. See, when you're not confident about your decisions, now basically when you're taking decisions, what you normally do, collect data. To take a decision, you must have all the facts with you, all the information. So basically, before jumping into any logical conclusion or decision that you have to take, you collect the information regarding the decision that you have to make. And once you collect information, then logically scan it, learn and see what are the facts that come out of the decisions, of the different alternatives that you have to do, and then take a correct decision. So whichever decision, and you trust yourself, or trust, if you believe in God, trust in God, pray and then take, or ask the Almighty to help you in your decision making. And then whatever decision you feel is going to be taken by you, follow that decision as though that was the word from God, and then you will start believing that that's the right decision. Because see, particularly in decision making, when you have so many alternatives, you can only know the good or bad of the decision that you have taken. Regarding all other things, other decisions which you did not take, you never know what would have happened had you taken the other decision. Okay, and while taking decision, you have to take only one decision at a time in all the alternatives that you have. So whichever alternative you decide, believe in yourself that that is the best for you. See, nature also has its own plan. See, the very fact that you are born, God has a plan for you. Okay? He has drawn a pathway for you, how you will be progressing. You're only there. Everything is done by Him. So if you believe and you surrender yourself, see, the most important thing is surrendering. If you surrender yourself and you feel that everything He is taking care, then whatever decision is there, that also He only has taken. You are only a subject matter. You feel you have taken, but He has guided you to take that decision. And therefore, never think that your decisions are wrong or they are
Ma'am,
coming incorrect.
she has also said that she feels insecure. So people have, body image issues, and most of it, like in our age, body image issues is the biggest insecurity of many people. So what can be done to, overcome that?
See, first of all, each one of you should think that you are beautiful in the way you are. Each one of you is beautiful. Okay? God's creation, ultimately, you're a creation of God, and therefore, each creation is unique, and each one of you are gifted in your own way. And therefore, believe in yourself. See, during this age, you have a lot of fascination. Like if you're uh, fair, you like dark complexion. If you're dark, you want fair complexion. If you have short hair, you want long hair. If you have long hair, you need short. If you have black hair, you want brown hair. So like this, so many things, something that you don't have, you always feel that the other thing is very important or I should have had it. Instead of that, what you do is whatever you have, you say, you look into the mirror, clean the mirror properly and look into the mirror and say, what a beautiful creation of God. My eyes are good. See, what is more important? You can see with your eyes, you can hear with your ears, right? You're physically fit, two hands, two legs, you have a nice mind, you can think over, right? You're getting education. So you're a blessed child. You are really blessed. You have a nice home to stay. You can use mobile phones. You have computer, whatever you have or you don't have. But nevertheless, compared to others who don't have these things which you have, definitely you are more blessed than them, and therefore believe that you are the most beautiful. Okay, that should not lead to any pride, but it should lead to a lot of positivity within you. That with the personality, you may be short, you may be tall, you may be fat, you may be thin, whatever, but you are there, you have a life, and you can carry out that life in a very successful manner. So believe in yourself, tell positively to yourself that you have a lot of talents. Try to find out what you don't know about yourself. Okay, many a times you have so many hidden talents that you're not aware. Someone has to tell you that you are good at this also, you are good at that also. So for that, you need both friends and enemies also. Because friends are always going to praise you, they are going to tell you what is good in you. And you should have little enemies who will tell you what is wrong in you, what are your weaknesses. And then you cover up, you overcome your weaknesses. Fine. So that way, be holistic, be happy with yourself in whatever you are, and that will lead you to your progress. Later on, you will realize that all these were stupid things that you were thinking. Actually, what is important is your inner personality. How are you outer makes no sense. But what a beautiful person you are from inside. How you can deal with others, how others accept you. All that is very important. And your inner goodness is going to make you very beautiful. Okay? The peace,
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
glow. Yeah.
So Now, all the participants are requested to fill the feedback form, the link for which is provided in the chat box. It is very important to fill the form since your certificates are linked to it. Thank you for such an amazing session, ma'am. Now, I'd request Professor Shavi Srivastav to please give vote of thanks.
Thank you, Srishti. Very good afternoon to our most valued speaker of session, Professor Vilasini Patkar, Principal Madam, and my dear students. I hereby would like to take this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks. I, Shavi Srivastava, on behalf of Cosmopolitan Valia College and the entire fraternity of the institution, first of all, extend my most sincere thanks to our guest speaker, Professor Vilasini Patkar, who spared time from her busiest schedule to grace this occasion today. Ma'am, we had an opportunity to hear your ideas on how to rejuvenate our body and mind. In our stressful lives, we need such sessions so that we can relax our minds and learn new techniques to calm ourselves down. Our students have surely got a very good exposure to such kind of training, and this could not have been possible without your undiverted efforts, ma'am. I'm immensely thankful to our principal, Madam Dr. Shobha Menon, for giving us this opportunity and platform to witness and conduct such webinars. Now, I extend my heartiest thanks to our staff members for flawlessly and tirelessly carrying out this seminar. And last but not the least, I thank all the participants who attended today's session. Without your participation, guys, this webinar would not have been successful at all. So thank you all once again and have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you all participants for being a part of this initiative and a great audience. I hope to see you all in our future endeavors. With this note, I would like to end today's session.
Bye bye. All the best to you all.